board on the other side. Just put it. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. No. Thank you.
Interior design.
Since you were there.
Okay.
All right, everyone. The clock is running, and so I will call this meeting to order. DeKalb County Commissioners. Today's date is November 6, 2023. So good morning, Dottie, and take it away.
Good morning.
Oh, got to do claim. We're going to do claims real quick first. So we
please
can get
do.
those processed or get them moving on.
I'll move that we approve claims.
Second.
Motion second to approve claims. Additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Claims are approved.
Thank you.
Now, Dottie.
Now, all right.
Thank you.
Well, I think I've told you for the last couple of weeks about the EEO4 report that needs to go to the EEOC by December the 5th. And October the 31st was the first day that you could get in. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'd already done my report. I'd gone through it. And of course, you couldn't get into the site, that particular day. So I ended up trying and couldn't get it. So I reached out to our systems department. What is wrong? Maybe you guys can tell me what I am doing wrong. And so I came in on Saturday to work on it. And then this morning I get a message from Lau that, there's a little bit of a problem with their formatting. And so we're going to have a conversation this morning at 10 o'clock. My HR network, some of them because I sent that list and email, hey, those of you who use Lau, have you tried to download your report onto the EEOC website? And Whitley County got back to me and said, having a problem. Lau said that they would get back to us midweek. I said, well, I have a phone call at 10 o'clock. Let's just see what happens. So anyway, just a glitch, little glitch. At least you try, you get everything ready and you're ready, set, go. And now there's kind of a roadblock, but that's okay. We have time. Not until December the 5th, so we're good. The safety agenda, I sent that out for our safety committee meeting, which will be on November the 17th at 8:30 in the basement of the 9th Street Annex. And then on, by the way, next Monday, I am out of the office, so I'm so sorry you're not going to get an HR update. I know. How dare I take a day off, right? I know. Yeah.
No Mondays off.
No
HR,
Mondays. No Mondays. And on our recruiting, for the commissioner who is doing the performance evaluation with Sunny Meadows administrator Angela Brown, she's doing a great job out there, but we have 3 openings for caregivers, housekeepers, and hopefully, whomever has her will talk about that, see what we can do differently. I'd really appreciate that. She and I have been, bantering some things around, and when you were out, and Todd mentioned something about, the wages that we have. It's, you can get a job at McDonald's and for about the same wage, and it's hard. It really takes a lot of heart to work out there, and you have to really want to work around individuals, who are living out there, and it's just hard.
It's different.
It is. It certainly is. And it takes a special person with that kind of care and concern. So, just maybe brainstorm some things. What can we do? Maybe it's the scheduling. The first shift part-time is a little, 3 on, 2 off, whatever, and then every other week it's the opposite, and you go back and forth. So maybe it's that. I would just like another chiming in. Let's just see what happens with that. So then in addition to that, Sheriff's Department, we've been doing onboardings with confinement officers and our road deputies, and I think we're doing really well. I think we may be getting close to our full capacity. Yeah, keeping my fingers crossed. So then we have Community Corrections, who has 3 residential facilitator officer positions open, and so we are actively recruiting for those. The coordinator for the Change Academy, we have interviewed. We're now doing background checks. I think this week we will be ready to make an offer to an individual. So that will be good, and get that place, back fully staffed. Central, we have had a good response to our posting. Now, of course, it's, jumping through the hoops to fill out the application, get the copies of the documents, have them go to work 1 to take the evaluations. We have 7 completed application packets from which to choose 2. So they are, today, their job is to sort through, categorize, take a look at the scores, see who they will be inviting to the sit-alongs, and kind of go from there. So that's great. We are definitely on target. They were hoping for December to bring those people on board, especially with the one trainee right now and coming off of training. So that will work out pretty well for them. The Extension Office, my goodness, the resumes that they received. And Alicia, the director, has narrowed it down to 16, and now out of almost 200. And now she has narrowed it really even further down to 8. So we just had a boatload of clerical people responding, and the majority did not have quite what she wanted. That person has to do, a little bit of marketing stuff, if you can imagine, the 4-H, the extension, all of the programs that they have. So that's great. So we'll see how many then they narrow that down for interviews, or if they end up interviewing 8. I don't know. Health Department, the only position we have open is the school liaison RN, and we have to post that for 30 days per the regulations, and that means that it will fall off November the 22nd, just before Thanksgiving. And so we are, we're getting some good resumes. I'm feeling that they're very qualified. I did have an inquiry from someone who is one of our deputy coroners, but that person isn't an RN, and it stipulates RN in the job description and in the criteria. So great person, just it's that educational.
Can we change that? Does it have to be an RN?
I don't know.
Any
That
reason
would
other than we say it has to be,
Yeah, probably because they do have to do shots and things. So, so whether or not that was from a directive from the state or not, but when we created the job description, it had to be an RN.
I think it was, if I remember right.
I was, I've slept since then, and we've created a few more job descriptions since then. So, now let's see. Probation has the opportunity, and I sent you an email on this. The grant that probation applied for, they were awarded that for another probation officer assistant. And so we are actively recruiting for that position. Now, the grant, I understand, is from September to October, from this year to next year, but they have been guaranteed that the funding will be there through the county to take over if there's no grant available. So we're getting some good resumes on that one. And-
If I could just add on the school liaison,
Oh,
the question
yeah,
had come
yeah,
up about RN versus not.
Yeah.
I found 2 counties, I think Cass and Noble, that's, Cass said RN or
LPN?
LPN, I think, and then Noble County for sure said RN preferred.
Okay.
So it's
All right.
maybe could be,
Yeah.
You didn't say
Not
that
an
was
RN.
for the school liaison, though. You said
Yes.
that was for.
Yeah, that's the school liaison
yeah, this
community.
Noble County
Mhm.
Health
Yeah.
Department school liaison nurse, they advertised and said active and unencumbered Indiana nurse license, RN preferred.
Yeah.
An LPN can't give unsupervised shots?
I-
Yeah, they can.
That's why,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
so I'm,
Yeah,
I wonder if we
yeah,
should
yeah.
revisit that, just
Yeah.
because
No.
there's some
I would
LPNs out
have,
there.
yeah, that's probably a better
We should
place to
revisit
go.
that.
I would
maybe.
ask Cheryl if there's some specific reason she wants, that she's requiring an RN, but,
Get one a little less expensive, too.
yeah, exactly.
I will ask
Would open
her.
up the potential.
I think she did want an RN, but
Oh,
I
I'm
can't
sure.
tell you the reason why.
Yeah, I know she did. So, yeah, I just don't know
Well, I think.
why.
And I think, and understandably so, I think that's always her default position for hires, but,
Well, and we're-
given the scarcity.
Yeah, well, and we're actually receiving quite a few resumes with
Okay.
an RN, so I'm not worried. This time, I'm not worried. Yeah.
Well, especially
So-
with the raises that we gave to that position.
The wages are far better, and we have individuals who are, the experience has been the major healthcare facilities in the area. So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's good.
If you're not worried, I'm not going to worry.
As far as I know, I know Cheryl, I'm not sure that Cheryl is going through each of them as they come in or not. But, taking a look at some of their background, I'm thinking there are some good ones that have both that inside and outside experience. So that would bode well, I would think. And then back to the probation department, they have an administrative assistant position that would be at the front desk. They have staffed it with 2 individuals. And, as always, when somebody is leaving and I ask the department head, do you really, need to fill that one? And it came back with the judges would prefer that office, that front desk be staffed with 2 individuals. And so part of it is if somebody is on vacation, if you only have one, who fills in? And then there's the safety aspect they feel also. So it's like, okay. And we are getting a boatload of resumes and cover letters. And actually for this one, there's an application packet that has to be provided. So we are, and we're getting a lot of those. So once again, that clerical administrative assistant area, people want to move wherever they are currently. So that's, and that is it for recruitment. And just thank you, Todd, for getting the performance evaluations to us, your batch. And that just means that we can check our little spot. And we are,
You would be after me if I didn't. So
yes, Mr. Don't Follow the Rules. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, not Todd.
and we are still waiting for quite a few departments that I hear, yes, I'm doing them at the end of this week, or I'm doing this, and so it's like, okay, all right. Don't want to hound them, but I want everybody to realize that for the employees, it's very important. They would like to have a raise in pay, and if it's due to the fact that their department head didn't do an evaluation, ouch. I wouldn't want to be that that department head. I love that Susan's like, I'm doing them. She's like. And let's see, for other things, we're just cranking out as much information as possible. With all of these openings, we're fairly busy getting back to individuals, sending them applications. Oh, by the way, Ben did ask us to put his CDL driver back out there. So that's another one that's, so they will need an application. And now with everything going on with the highway department, the request is coming into HR, and we are emailing them, or if they happen to drop by, giving them a hard copy of the application, and then they can return it at their leisure. So far, not much on the CDL drivers, but you never know.
The asphalt plants are going to be closing, so you might be able to snag somebody.
Yes, you have to avail
Maybe keep
yourself.
them, Yeah.
Yep. And today is the first day for our new employee in the maintenance department. Our maintenance officer is Rick Snyder. And I'm sure that, Larry has a plan. He will be taking him around and introducing him to the various buildings, in addition to the 3 that will be his focus, but then there will be other things that Rick will be involved in. And so Larry wants to make sure that he's comfortable and that people don't go, who are you? There is always that. So, and Larry and I worked on his job description. We upgraded it to include more buildings, more more of his duties, his supervisory duties. And so we presented that via email to the Job Classification Subcommittee, who determined that it didn't need to go to Wagner, Irwin, and Shealy. It's pretty cut and dried, straightforward. And so he will be moving into the more department heads classification now that he's going to be supervising 2 individuals. And more of his, yes, he is a working supervisor, but truly so much of his stuff is getting the quotes to present to you and talking to any of our vendors. And I understand that Evan is doing a great job pulling together the that spreadsheet, or not spreadsheet, but software package that will pull together the equipment that we have here and have preventive maintenance schedules, regular maintenance schedule, having all of those things. The big thing is data entry. The software is only as good as the data that is put in there, but making sure that it's updated when there's new equipment, when old equipment falls off. I know that we don't do depreciation like in private sector of certain things, but that, wow, this machine or this whatever is now 30 years old and we are spending this amount of money on it when a new one would cost us this, and so it does some of those kinds of things that you guys will be able to then make a determination. They will have the data to present to you. And I really like that a lot. It gives statistics, and they are in some place not in Larry's head. I love Larry, but, and he and I have joked, what happens if I get hit by a bus, and at least it'll be in the software. So that's going really well. Coaching Larry about doing his performance evaluation for his employee that he has, had for, several months. Mm-hmm. So he'll be getting that to me too. So that is what I have on my agenda.
I did meet Rick this morning, and I think Larry's bringing him up later.
Okay, great.
An introduction.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Yeah, he has quite the background in maintenance, years of maintenance, and I will tell you that the individuals that we interviewed all had really great maintenance background. I was flattered to hear when we asked them, why do you want the job? And they said, well, the posting said, the ad said, are you tired of factory maintenance? I had questions, do you want to, are you sick of this? Are you going to do this? And it was like, yeah, they were tired of that kind of thing. And we certainly have, diversity when it comes to, the different things that that maintenance department gets to do, and taxing your brain to try to figure out, okay, what's the easiest way, what's the cheapest way, what's the quickest way to get things repaired or fixed, or, what do we need to do? So I was thrilled to know that that's what struck their fancy in the posting. So thank you. All right, good. Anybody else?
Anybody else got anything for Dottie?
Okay, great. Well, you know where I live, so it's right over there.
The only thing is you haven't been keeping up on your rent.
When we gotta get that check?
Yeah, the check on my rent.
Hey, you have a copper ceiling. I don't have a copper
I
ceiling.
know, I have a copper ceiling and a fireplace.
And the fireplace.
Yes, yeah, I know. And remember, the fireplace is for firing employees.
Oh, okay. I just heard a threat.
It's just
I'm taking
incinerate
notes
them.
for your evaluation.
Have a good day, Dottie. Hey, yeah, you guys too. Good week. Okay, let's jump over into the minutes.
I have one thing. Tracy will be coming, but they sold another van, another 2015 Braun van that we will need a motion for Bill to sign the title for.
Okay. Make a motion to sign the title. For which department sold it?
For Council on
Oh,
Aging.
the DART. Okay, yeah. I'll make a motion that we sign the title for DART on the van they sold.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. I will sign.
Thank you.
Back to minutes then.
Yeah, sorry.
Did you get my email about the,
I
Yeah.
got rid of it.
that was just struck out then, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve minutes.
I will second that.
A motion and a second to approve minutes. Additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Minutes are approved. Okay, what else we got on miscellaneous topics?
I have the contracts with Flatland Resources for the layer grant. This is what Nellie said that she would send back, and I told her that I would have you guys sign it. She didn't need to show up, so I just need a motion for that.
And Andrew, you read the contract on for the extension office on or the soil and water.
Soil and water.
Yes, I was fine. I
Cedar
believe I was
Creek
fine with that.
Restoration.
Yep.
Yep, she sent it to me to review, I believe.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll move that we sign the contract with Flatland Resources for the bank stabilization project for Cedar Creek.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. We all get to sign this
You all
time.
get to sign.
Give you a little update real quick on the security at the annex building.
Yes.
I believe, after thinking, the reason why it's so expensive, they currently have card readers, 4 of them in the building, and that board is maxed out at 4. So it's 20 grand to upgrade it. So here's my suggestion. A company by the name of Level builds a smart lock. You literally 10 minutes, you take out the old lock, put the smart lock in, and it can be used with the key, or you're issued a fob and you just tap your fob against it, or you can even activate it from your phone. And the administrator can control it all. They can shut off someone's phone, they can deactivate their fob, or you can use the key. What's nice about it is you click, you walk in, when you walk in, it locks behind you automatically. At 8:30 when the building opens, someone just needs to manually go flip the lever from the inside, and then you can set it at 5:30 at night to automatically relock again. $200.
Yeah, that's slick.
Then cameras,
What was that called?
Level, Level,
Thank you.
installed in 10 minutes. Our new maintenance guy could do it. $200 instead of 20,000. Cameras, they make Wi-Fi, solar-powered cameras, 4K, $89 each. Put 2 out there, 30-minute install. No, it's not hardwired, it's not power over Ethernet, it doesn't automatically follow the people, but we're just trying to look at the,
Entrance.
and they're 360, so if you do want to look around, you can control it again right from your phone, go and you can hit record. It automatically records on the unit and on the cloud both, but if you want it on your phone, you can dump it to your phone, bring it to a meeting. Amazon, they're $79, $89 each.
And the sheriff can monitor that.
Sheriff can monitor it right from, yeah. So I'm thinking for less than $500, we can do video and the lock all installed instead of 20,000. So and if it breaks, we're out $200
Well, you
You
go
know.
buy a new one
or buy a new one. And 10 minutes, reinstall
and
it.
install it.
Trying to get away from this expensive hardware like Simplex, where they control it and you pay because
Yeah.
you install it, now you're hooked in it.
Yeah. And there's
So-
usually maintenance fees and all.
Yeah.
That was just a fiasco.
Yeah, so that's my, now Jack's gonna research what I did to make sure it's not, violates something else, but if alls they're looking for is the ability to get in and then the door lock behind them before hours so people don't, vagrants don't come in, I think this is the solution. Then if it locks itself at 4:30 or 5:30 or whatever time they want it to lock, and they're still in the building, they can still work knowing that people aren't coming in, I think it'll solve the issue. So here we are.
Thank you.
Makes sense to me.
You want to wait to make a motion on that too?
Yeah, let's get Jack's input to make sure that, because I don't want to go over his head, of course. But I think his initial thought was, hey, that could work. So,
Okay.
The only other thing, I just wanted to make sure, and I believe Todd might have responded, I just want to make sure everybody saw Michelle Fosnaw's update on their plumbing.
Yep, she's
that
doing
they're
a
working
good job. She's taking the bull by the
Bless
horns.
her.
And not only
I think I would
administrator,
be
she's the maintenance director.
Losing my mind.
Good for her. Really appreciate her efforts.
So you guys you have 4 different things to sign, minutes and 3 sets of claims, because we had the monthly claims for payroll and bookkeeping.
I need a stamp.
I'll get right on that.
Okay. Can I get a signet ring instead, Larry?
I'll check the prices.
You'd have to buy the wax to melt.
Yeah,
to
we gotta-
go along
we gotta
with
do it
that,
right.
Todd, so.
Seal the document.
We need a carrier pigeon here.
Yeah. Thought the internet was supposed to get rid of paperwork.
Not in government.
One thing, I did talk to Mary Lay about the bridge slash lease extension and all that. He's gonna have some internal conversations with council and stuff about the money and so forth, so he'll get back with us.
Get back.
Shortly, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're up to the 9 o'clock hour. Tracy, you're on deck, you're up to bat.
Morning.
I remembered to turn the microphone on this time.
Hey,
Very good.
Getting better. Good morning. Today I brought a few people with me. Rod's here as your appointee to the directors. And I've got Jordan Burns with me. She is my intern that is working with us for this year
Great.
from PFW. So I invited her up because I want her to get as much exposure to what we do as possible. Okay, so review of the past quarter. We are low on drivers, even though it says we have 14 drivers. We have several that are only working 1 or 2 days a week. So we've been dropping our routes down. We've had a lot of illnesses within our drivers. It seems like everything hit everyone all at once. So we have a few that are out medical leave, a few that are out due to illness, and we are really needing more part-time drivers. Very hard position to fill, but we're working on it and getting it out there. So we went from 7 or 8 routes per day down to 6 for the next couple months. So that will affect our riders' fares until we can get that number up. I reached out to, we have an interagency meeting with all nonprofits, and it seems like everyone who has drivers is in that same position right now, that we're really all searching for drivers. I don't know if there's any ideas on where to. I've even gone into Home Depot with some applications and talked to, because there's a lot of retired men and women that work in Home Depot. So anyway, we're working on that. The compliance review that William sat in on has been completed. We are closed out and all is good. We got everything that they were asking of us taken care of. So that is all done now, and we're working on the drug and alcohol compliance part of it. So we had probably 8 findings when we did the drug and alcohol compliance portion, and most of that was certain things that had been updated that we didn't have the update in our documents. So it's a matter of updating it, getting it board approved, and getting it put into our files. So I sent everything on Saturday after a long day of work, and I think we're good to go now. So first 4-year review under my belt. We do need to still schedule a ride-along. So I know Todd thought about doing that.
Yep.
So she said, Janice said any Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And she said she'd come pick you up, or you come out there and jump on out at the center.
I don't have to ride with her, do I?
No. But
I've seen her drive.
I'll pass that along to her, that was your one question.
What
That's
days
fine.
again? I'm sorry, are best?
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Okay.
And she would like to have you on one that they have like a wheelchair or something so that you can see all the steps that lead to that. So if you just want to give us a call, just ask for Janice out at the center and she'll schedule it for you anytime that's convenient for you.
Will do. I'll get that done.
Okay, wonderful. And thank you, Mike, for coming out and inspecting the center, and hopefully everything was to your liking that you saw while you were there.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
You happen to know what date that was?
I could probably easily look it up because it was the day that we had the transportation.
Oh, the transportation meeting for the
Meeting.
mental health group,
Yes,
yeah.
when we all went. So we could probably find that pretty easy.
It doesn't matter. One of you just send it to me so
Yep.
I can fill
I'll
out
make a
this
note.
little
I wrote up some kind of report, too.
document.
Okay. Next, sold van 19. I heard you talking about that when I walked in. I sold it for $4,500. That was Blue Book value. They said to start there and see, what we could get out of it. So I didn't even have a dispute from the buyer. They were really excited to get that. It was somebody who really needed a low floor minivan with a ramp. The other van, number 19, we're selling today, hopefully. They'll be over to pick that up for $4,000. That has a ramp, but the ramp was not installed, so they have to get a ramp installed on that van. But it was very interesting. It was a gentleman, then they have, I think it's a 2001 big van that says Rockstar on the side of it with a ramp. And he has to actually lay his wheelchair down to be able to sit in it, because when you get the wheelchair in the vehicle, there's not enough headspace. So he lays flat and his electric wheelchair rolls up. It looked so dangerous. There's no way to tie him down. So we had them come out and tested and everything and got them some straps to be able to anchor him in, and all of the equipment that they need for that. And they're coming out to pick it up this afternoon. They're ecstatic.
Great.
So I'm really happy that we can help others in the community with these needs, because they said when they started looking, your state's out before you can find anything. And I think their current vehicles has like 300 and some thousand miles on it. It was unbelievable. So that's kind of all the review of the past quarter with DART. Quarterly NDOT, that's a mistake, third quarter. I need to change that in your notes. Expense report for the third quarter, pretty much in line with what we normally have. It was at $140,845.34 was July through September of 2023. Nothing really major in there. A few repairs that we had to have done. I think this included one of those transmissions, which we are now flushing every 50,000 miles. So I'm thankful for that information and very, very happy that you gave that to us. So really kind of on board with what our expenses are every quarter. Fair total income, we had the second sheet I gave you, fares from July to September. Total fares was $25,143.17. And then extra revenue through our sales tax rebates was an extra $1,199.74. So kind of the same in line with that. Nothing really big or changed. Our passenger trips for July, we had 1,225 trips in July. August, we had 1,573. September, 1,273. So pretty much steady every month. Total trips for quarter three is 4,071. The comparison to quarter two, we were at 4,280. So about 100, 200 trips difference. And my guess for that is it was through the summer months, so not as much riders when it comes to kids after school, things like that, the difference for the fluctuation, but pretty much right on track from where we were in the prior quarter.
But how did that compare to the prior year? Did you look at that data?
I did not. And actually, as I'm reading this, that's the first thing I thought of. I wish I would have looked back to third quarter last year.
Okay.
So maybe fourth quarter, I can do that when I come and give you an idea of where we're at compared to 2022.
Yeah.
Because we did increase the rates from 2022 to 2023 as well. So just kind of wanted to keep track of that. So that's a good idea. I will mark that I will bring that next quarter.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Lynn, like I said, trips are low this quarter due to drivers needed. Several were out ill. We're sharing lots of messages on drivers needed. Mm-hmm. So the third quarter invoice, I don't know if I sent you a copy of it, if you have the original. Okay, wonderful. So just needing the third quarter invoice signed. I also was very interested in the information that you just gave about level, because we're having an issue with security as well. And it's not so much we have people that are doing things that make me nervous, but we have several doors at the center, and our dispatch comes in at 5:30, and then they leave at 6:30 at night, and no one else is in the building. And we have a driver door in the back that has to be unlocked so they can come in after hours.
Perfect for that.
And I would like to have something that will lock behind them as they come in. That's something I've really been trying to address, especially now that the winter months are here and we just rolled back. So
Well-
it's going to get dark earlier. And
And if it's just an access door, does it have a deadbolt and a handle both?
it does.
You could leave the deadbolt in, unlock it, and then the handle, the Schlage for $79 has $179 has an entry. You just type in a PIN and open it up, and you can
Okay.
give everyone a different PIN or whatever. So Mike knows about that too. But level is just a little higher security. It's a big deadbolt for multiple users, and if you have
Gotcha.
multiples, we can do a level too.
Yeah, we do.
It's just, there's a lot of options there.
Well, you think about, we have 14 drivers and some of them come in the morning and to have them have to
Yeah.
unlock a door, lock it behind them when they're getting ready to go out on their routes, I just don't think that that's the most secure.
Yeah.
I was wanting something that locked behind them when they came in or out. So I was really interested. So I jotted down a bunch of
Yep,
notes.
yep. A lot of options there. It'll
Yeah.
fit you well, and it's inexpensive. You have
That's
Wi-Fi
wonderful.
out there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it'll attach to
Well, and
Wi-Fi.
even the cameras and stuff, like you were saying, we have a camera service. It goes through Larry's Lock and Safe. But then you're paying thousands up front plus maintenance and annuals and,
That market has gotten very inexpensive. You
Yeah.
can do power over Ethernet cameras for $150 each.
Okay.
Instead of $1,000 each.
yes.
And if you had, maybe our new maintenance guy can string Cat 6 wire too. I mean, there's all sorts of savings we can get instead of these high expensive contracts through these professional services.
Yes.
I mean, Larry's is great, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but
Right.
save some money doing it
Yes.
ourselves, it makes sense.
Yeah. The other thing that's not on my agenda, Rod and I are in kind of a research mode for 2024. Our CBs and radios are starting to fall apart. They were the original ones that Meg had put in. Excuse me. They've gone from vehicle to vehicle. So you take them out of one, you put them in the new, back and forth, they get dropped, they get, they're all mounted, but it's just, we've got tape on some, and it just like any other technology, once you've had it for so long and they update or upgrade, you're no longer in that same realm of things. So we've been talking to a few different places. Rod checked with the state or the city to see, the county, to see if we could somehow jump on board with what the county uses, but they told us, oh, sorry.
Come up to the mic, please.
Sorry, Rod, I just
Thank
threw
you.
you under the bus. I said I wasn't going to
You know,
make you
back there
talk.
sleeping and,
Yeah.
we have. Did a little research with ERS, is what the county currently uses, and talked with the director and how we could align with the county. So I thought it'd make sense since we're a county agency. But they have certain guidelines or expectations with fire and law enforcement that even the county highway has to have their own separate system. So we're looking at, different agencies or programs that are economical but efficient. But I think what Tracy said hit it on the nose is that everything's pretty antiquated. I mean, and we want to try to keep our drivers safe, our passengers safe. So ERS is what currently is being used, and the director recommended also to consider Motorola. And there's a couple other agencies in the area, county agencies, that use a different kind of system. We're in the research mode, and as you know, everything's expensive. So
We did get one. We got one quote from a place out of Columbia City, and it was like $14,000, I think. But that would update in all 12 of our vehicles, and of course, then your bases have to be replaced. Everything in-house. So that will definitely change the 2024 budget that's already in place once we decide how we can do this. But we want to find the best option.
we also would be possibly consider leasing as well. The maintenance clause.
I think that's it on that. Thanks. He had asked me if I needed him to say anything, and I said no. And then I just brought him up out of the blue.
Put you on the spot, Rod.
Yes. The other thing is, Susan, I don't know, did I send you this big packet?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so this new big packet that I sent is what NDOT suggested would give you a little bit more insight to what expenses, what monies, and this is Kimberly's log that she does every quarter. So I sent this to you so that you have extra info, because that was the recommendation from Todd Jennings when he came in to do our review. So I'll be sending this in addition to everything else. And it just goes down and breaks down like our agency hours, just it breaks everything down so that you have a little bit more
More
insight.
transparency.
Yes, more transparency, which is what they had asked, so. And I think
That
that's
would have been
everything.
in your guys' meeting packets. For it.
Saw it.
So on her Q3 invoice that Todd probably took, we just need a motion for Bill to sign that so she can submit it.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 September 15th, Susan.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay.
All right, thank you so
Fine.
much. And I'll look forward to hearing from you to set up your ride-along.
I'll get a hold of Janice.
All right, wonderful.
Probably be sometime around the 18th.
Okay.
So I'll that week. I'll get a hold of her.
And then if you can let me know, then I will complete our document that we need to do.
Great.
Okay, anything else? Anything for Tracy?
Hard work. Oh, boy.
Well, Happy New
I'll
Year.
see you.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have her do a copy real quick. And
Okay.
Tracy, here is the original, the title. I will have, coming up, probably not until next week, I will have the highway disbursement number 5. We have it, however, I think it was Greg said that he needed to fix something on it because it actually is going to be a lower request than what originally came. So I'm just waiting on paperwork for that, so we'll do that when it comes.
Okay.
And the only other question I have, although I think maybe I answered it myself. And weights and measures, you're doing the truck?
No, what we discussed is for him to get bids on a new one
a new
because
one. Yeah.
We're waiting on the bids.
it's
Yeah.
so specialized that it's
Okay.
gonna be hard to grab the used one exactly we want and then send it out for refurb and better to, hate to do it, but it's
Yeah.
gotta do what's most efficient.
I gotta get with him anyway on his evaluation.
Okay.
Like,
So, Mr. Benjamin, who wasn't going to have something, he dropped off this. It is a letter of transmittal for, let's see, plans, title sheet signatures for the County Road 56 project. So on these road plans, we need you to sign. There's a note here. There's these little lines over here on the side. There's 2 of them that you guys need to sign.
This is for what, Susan?
The County Road 56 project that's been in the
The
process since
debacle, okay.
2017.
Yeah.
But these are going to, it looks like we're sending them to I mean, Butler, Fairman, and Cipher, our engineers are, it's their cover letter.
Okay.
These are both the same, right?
Yeah, both the same. Did they say a certain
There's another one.
color? Does that little pink note say anything about a certain color ink?
No.
Okay, what color is Ben's blue?
Blue. The pen is
Here.
blue.
Let's do blue just.
Grab that invoice for me, or the Butler letter,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, that's fine.
Better safe than sorry.
Oh, this is a nice pen. Am I going to keep this one?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I'm just kidding.
I bought it at Kroger.
Okay.
Kroger.
I did. I bought it when school supplies were on sale.
This is interesting. Begin project? End project.
This project was
Sign
it
here.
approved financially already, like back in 2017? Is that the deal?
Oh, yeah, it's
Need a
been a,
So
motion.
it's already been voted on, approved, and everything?
yes.
Okay.
Need a motion on that, I assume.
Yeah, let's do.
Let's do motion.
Make a motion to sign the road plans for County Road 56.
That was blue. That's not blue.
This one is.
That's blue.
The pen is blue.
What's your blue pen? Do I have a second?
You remember that? Yeah, second. That's right.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to sign the County Road 56 plan. Additional comments?
Is that your pen?
Yeah.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries.
Yeah, pass that down too, so Bill can sign it with blue. There's one that needs signed there, Bill.
Thank you.
Okay, next. What you got next?
I'm done.
You're done? You get a hold of Larry and see if he wants to come on up.
Sure.
We got the time, and I don't know what time he was coming up. He said he'd probably be up. But Todd, anything miscellaneous?
No, we did the cameras and door entry. The jail report, we're down to 85.
Oh, yeah. I said
And
last week
down
it
from
was-
95 at fair time, so we just gotta not have the fair anymore and we'll be fine.
Common denominator.
Yeah,
But, so that's good, and I haven't heard any real problems out of the jail, so Brady's doing a good job. Appreciate it.
Yes.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Mike, what you got?
All I had was the bridge thing.
What you think? Andrew,
I don't believe I have anything today.
wow. I don't have much either. I do have, I give Susan a copy with some suggestions of every other week meetings next year. And so we're going to work on that, kind of coordinate that. And when we get that put together, we'll present that and see what you guys think.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, and there's two holidays in there. It falls on the week that would be an off week anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that eliminates
yeah, I think there's only one that actually hits on a Monday.
Great.
So, yeah, we'll put that together, and with the understanding, if we need a special meeting in between, we'll just throw one in there. Yeah, so,
Larry's on his way.
he's on his way. Good.
Have you had another big public issue
Yeah, right.
Or a
or
special
larger
need.
or special meeting or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just use it
Always
on the
easy
off
to
week.
add one.
Yeah, always add one in anytime we need to, and as long as you have the notification soon
Yep.
enough to get that done. So, wow. Short day. Yeah, young lady in the audience, do you have anything? Yeah. Could you come up?
Come
Yeah,
on up to
if
the
you would,
microphone,
come up.
sorry.
Yeah. Is that mic on, the blue light?
Okay.
There you
I'm good now.
go.
We're fancy here.
My name's
We're
Liz
half
Day,
deaf, so we have,
and I'm part of Northeastern Center, the Community Mental Health Center here in DeKalb County. And we're just trying to take an opportunity to come and visit and offer, in the future, if you wanted us to present at any meetings or anything like that, I just wanted to offer that up to you guys. So that was just, just wanted to see what's going on in DeKalb.
oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Now what?
Larry?
Larry?
Oh, yeah, he said he'll be right here.
KPC Media.
She's like, yeah, I'm not here.
I'm here to listen, not talk. Okay.
Do you want the NEC to do a presentation at some point?
I think, Steve will do one for the council, and I would think it would be a good idea if he would make that same presentation to the commissioners.
Come on up.
Yeah.
Come on up. Yeah,
Come on up. Come on up.
yeah.
Larry?
Hi there, how are you guys?
Well,
Good. I just want to introduce Rick Snyder. He is coming on board to the maintenance.
Rick?
Welcome aboard, Rick.
He's going to be doing that out there
Right?
and working with us here. So I just want you guys to meet him, put a face with a name, and,
Awesome.
Okay.
okay?
Any-
We've been working on the generator. So Evapar did get back with me about putting it on here. And Bill, you had messaged me about doing bids.
Yes.
Okay. I might be wrong, but I'm going to ask. Isn't it under 150,000, we're okay?
Under 150 for the project is quotes. Anything over 150 has to be sealed bids.
Okay. So it came in under the 150,000.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So since we'd been working with them, I didn't know if you wanted me to, generator companies are there's not very many of them out there. So I didn't know if you guys wanted me to go ahead and get another quote, try to find somebody to quote it, or since they've done several quotes for us, if one would be sufficient.
I think you have to go through the process and get a couple of quotes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would
That-
feel
Yeah,
better.
I think
too.
it's supposed to
It's a
be
lot of
3
money.
quotes if you can, but 2
Yeah.
quotes if it's not possible, or,
Yeah,
you know.
if they're not responsive, if they don't respond to your request for quote, then we go with what we've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd recommend you reach out to at least 2 or 3 other companies and see if they'll quote it for you.
See if they'll quote it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't make copies. I wasn't going to show you anything until it's under the 150 and I didn't know
I would
for sure
be,
what to do.
I would be somewhat surprised if you are able to get any,
Well,
but,
yeah.
you know.
But at least you can
We
document
need-
you tried,
we
and
need
then
to
it's,
make-
yeah.
Yeah, we need to make the effort and document that.
So I have a question just for my own peace of mind. We know we have one under the 150. What if he gets 2 more that are over the 150? Does that not matter since we have the one that's under? Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure I have my ducks in a
So
row.
long as it's not gamed to be under the 150, if that makes sense, like, I don't know what that, so like if the quote came in at 149,500, then that's probably a little iffy to just do quotes. But if it comes in at 142, 145, it's probably a little bit safer. But not 149,900 or something like that.
Yeah,
right.
that'd be kind of,
Yeah, it looks like it would look more like somebody's trying to game the system. Not that they are, but they
Right.
look that way later. And you have to avoid doing that. And not splitting it out into 2 separate projects at 75,000
Yeah,
each. That's
yeah.
not allowed either. It specifically says that in the statute.
Okay.
Right.
Frown on that.
I just want to check, make sure
Right.
before I went through the process of trying to find someone else to
Yeah.
do it.
Make a couple calls and see what happens.
Okay, and I will note that, and if we don't get a response, then I'll come back with that.
Okay.
I am working on our contract with Everpar right now, putting community corrections on our contract that we have for the other 5 generators. And they did come back, and it's a little higher, but it's a little lower, if that makes sense. It's a little higher because they put community corrections on there, but for what they were charging community corrections, it's lower as far as that quote.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes sense, sure.
I
And
think when we looked at it, what did we come up with? Like about a 12 or 15%
increase from the year
overall
before.
increase of the totals. And I mean, I don't personally know. I mean, I know everything's going up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like in the standard at this time, but
But,
we looked at totals for us and them
Yeah.
together and then compared.
But out of 5, that would be right in line pretty much, and that's the biggest generator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
As far as
MTU out
maintenance.
there.
I don't know how much
1255.
difference that actually makes, but
Oh, that thing's a beast.
yeah.
What size was the generator they quoted under the 150 grand? 250 kilowatt?
Yeah,
Yes. Actually, it's it's rated 230.
230, yeah.
Yeah, because the jail's 300, and then the community corrections, which is way oversized, is 450.
Yeah,
Looks like 911, or Central has a 350 out there. That's a pretty good size.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's a big one for that little building.
Yeah, it's pretty massive.
Oh,
But I think it's designed to, in case there's a emergency within here, that it would run and be able to run other things than just that.
Oh, I'm sure it's size,
Yeah.
it should be, that's a big generator.
Yeah.
350 is big.
because that's not, well, they got a lot of electronics in there, but still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the building itself is, they're as big as,
Well, there's 7 air conditioning systems out there.
yeah, that would do it.
I know that
5.
they sent out an email to everybody about community corrections, about the water.
The water line,
Yeah. And I'm just touching base with you, letting you know that they're going to start doing that on Wednesday.
oven plumbing and heating,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
They'll do a good job.
Yeah, yeah. Cody,
Cody's he's the guy.
yeah, yeah,
They're just top notch.
yeah.
Okay,
So, that needs to be signed for them.
If you guys are okay with the amount, then we'll have you do a motion that will enter into this little agreement for all six and the same timeframe.
And community corrections right now, they have paid for, they've already had their major service done.
Right.
And they've got a minor going. They're gonna give us some kind of refund or something on that, and just,
Good.
so. Yeah, yeah.
I'd make a motion that we sign is it Vapar or
Everpar,
Everpar, for maintenance of our 5 generators. What was it, $5,200?
5235.
$5,235. 6 generators, $5,235 a year.
Second, the motion.
A motion and a second on the floor. Are there any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same. Motion carries.
I'll just get a copy of that from you later, Susan. Thank you. You
Good,
guys,
you'll get you one real quick.
okay, you guys got anything for me while I'm here, or?
Oh, excuse me. Hey.
Other than what I spoke about this morning.
Yep,
Yeah.
Did you install the green lights, or did veterans do it for you?
I did.
You did it? Thank you for doing that. Looks
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, Larry got the glass made and everything for that.
For the outdoor, yeah,
for the
that's,
big
we talked
lights.
about that, so good. Looks nice, appreciate it.
Thank you. So what I'll do is, next Monday, I'll go around and put all white
Sure,
in for the holiday season and go from there.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice to do for our veterans.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, when they come to me and said, what can we do? And I gave them that idea and they thought it was great. And so I think it works out.
Yeah.
That way I don't forget to put the candles in.
And then we have glass or something in the front of the big ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Lens,
Yep.
coloring lens.
a green, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks, Larry.
All right. Thank you.
Good day, Larry.
Catch you later.
Don't go anywhere. I'll say she'll be right back. Okay, well, you can go through that way.
All right, gang. We got 25 minutes to pledge.
Crickets is open.
What do you say?
5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere. We could have coffee and donuts, but
Yeah, that's true.
no donuts.
No donuts, just coffee.
Uh,
Too many donut carbs.
Has anyone tried the new donut shop out there at the gas station?
I have to stay away from there because I'll eat all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
I have not. I have not.
Yeah. We can stand adjourned if you so wish.
You mean paused because Ben's coming in, right?
No,
Ben's
Ben's not coming.
Well, I don't have anything.
Everybody done?
Adjourned is fine with me.
Let's just adjourn this meeting then.
All right. Holy smokes, it's not the record we had on city council of 11 minutes, but it's
Pretty quick.
pretty close.
Yeah, that's